Welcome back. Today's lab exercise is about texts. So let's go ahead and then start. So I already have the instruction here. So the very first instruction says like you need to set your units to architectural and inches, and then create a set of layers like texts, drawings, table, and then it says like create a text style. You may call that text style, let's say title, or just simply let's use a different name, SC131. Okay, then it says like create the following drawing with a span of W beams. W beams mean these ones at 60 feet, and the I section properties are given at the end. So the I section properties are given here. Okay, I mean those are structural steel beams or columns with this kind of dimension that is given here. So just to save some time, like I created a couple of layers. One is I section, the other one is table. We may use I'm not sure if we use but definitely there will be texts. You know, it mostly prefer to have like a in front of my work text. Then let me rename this as a table. So the I section, you can just simply call it like a section. Then you know, as we see it, like as we see it needed, like we're going to go ahead and then create later. So first thing is like we already have, I have already created my I-beam, as you can see here. Not the I-beam, I mean the cross-section, the I cross-section of it. Then the next thing is like I need to have this like in between, the way you saw it in the drawing, like 20, probably like 20, 60 feet between them. Okay, so and then I'm going to have another layer, probably I'll call this a object, because that's the object that I'm going to draw. Some nice color, I'll go with maybe magenta or some kind of, and then what I'm going to do is, the easiest way to take care of this is like if I use the array command. Then for my object I will have to use a line style of different line style. Okay, so because you know, as you can see, it's the text, the line style is something different. It's like a center line kind of thing. Okay, so now once I do that, like what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the array command. Okay, and of course it's going to be array perpendicular, I mean array rectangular, so I'm going to type R. Okay, so it's going to be rectangular. Then as you can see here, like it has grips. Then the grips, if I hold this grip, then I can set the distance between the two. Okay, if I click on this, it's going to change the number of columns. Okay, so therefore make sure that my units are set to architectural. Once again, it says decimal, but I will keep it architectural because it's easier for me to work with. So I have arrays like that are 3 by 4, then I'm going to change that to 4 by 4. See, this is how I change it, right? So as I told you, there's a grip here. If I turn this on, you see, I can change the number of rows to 4. Perfect. Then once I do that, like I need to change the distance. To change the distance between them, I need to click not this, but this grip. Then I'm going to change this to 60 feet. Then it's going to set it like that. And then here to 60 feet. That's it. So you may say like, where are my drawings? Your drawings are there. Just use the zoom extent function, then you will have them here. Okay, then once you have them here, you can go ahead and then make your layer, that layer that you want to use to draw this like as your current layer, and then you can connect those things just easily and simply. But the other thing that you will notice is like your drawing doesn't have this corner, for instance, this corner, that corner, and that corner. You can always erase it. Right now, since they are part of an array, you will not be able to erase them. But rather, what you can do is like you can explode them with the explode function. If you press X and press enter, that's the explode function. If I click on those and press enter, then they are exploded. They are no longer in arrays. Then I'm going to delete this, delete that, delete this, delete the other corner. Then I have them at the way I want them. Then I will use the line function, and then here is my layer. Sorry, I don't see my layer. So then I need to have my object layer. Where's my layer? Property. I need you here. Then I'll going to switch here to my object. Then I'll use the line command. Then start from this to the middle of it. That's the best way to do it. Okay. Yeah, those are center lines. You might not be able to see them. You may struggle, but I know our main purpose of today's exercise is like creating layers, but it's still okay like to texts rather. It's all about texts. Okay, you can go ahead and then complete the rest of them. Start a line from here. There. Start from here. There. My center line looks more of like a solid line, but it's a center line. I can change it. One more. Two actually. I'll show you in a moment how you can Okay, I'm going to change the line scale property. If I select similar, AutoCAD will select those similar lines for me. And then I'll go ahead to properties. Then the line type scale, I need to change this to a higher value, probably about 5 feet. It means about 60. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so then I'll get back so that I can see. So this is what my drawing looks like. Okay, then the next step is I'm going to create a line type style, a line. So you go ahead and then click here, to create a new style. Then I'm going to create just a random one. So I'm going to create one, or I'm going to change whatever I have here, probably ESC 131. I'll use Garamond. I'll go with a text height of about 20 inches. Okay, so that it's going to be visible. Then I'm going to click apply, and I'll make it current. So I'll set this as current, and I'll go ahead and then I'll be using single line text just to write the values that I have here. I'm going to show you just a few of them, how you can write them, and then after that it's going to be up to you to finish the work. So over here it says this incline, this one says C12 by 30. Those are section properties. I mean, at higher engineering courses you will learn what those section properties are. C is that the shape, 12 represents the depth, and that 30 represents the weight per feet, and so on and so forth. But today is not our aim to learn about that. So we type DT, it means single line text. And then here, when AutoCAD asks you specify middle point of the text or something, then the first thing that you need to do is press J. It means it's going to let you change, find or choose where do you want to put it. So if you saw those texts, they are located at middle center. So to represent middle center, you type MC. You see, there is a list of names given here where you want to put them. And I'm going to go with middle center. Then the middle and center, for instance, here is mine. Then I go ahead and then click. Then rotation, the text has to be rotated as aligned with this one. This is a 45-degree rotation. So therefore, I'm going to type 45 and press enter. And of course C12 by 35, something like that. Okay, so this is single line. In a single line text, if you do the following, press enter once, it's going to move to a new line. If you press enter for the second time, it's going to get out of it. Okay, so you can just simply move it a little up. Right, then that's it. So just change the text style to, of course, to text, because it's a text. Okay, see, so that's how you will write them. The rest of them, then probably me help with this one, C12 by 30. In this case, the angle is going to be -45. Okay, the rest you just keep it as the way it is. So again, DT, which is single line text. Again, middle, you already chose a style, but just to repeat the process, type J. Okay, and then select from this list middle center, or you can just simply type MC, and that's your MC. Then our middle point is this. Okay, you click on it and then specify the angle. Now it has to be 45, -45, because I mentioned this before, AutoCAD measures the angles positive counterclockwise, negative clockwise. So 45, then you type your C12 by, I think it's 30 rather. Okay. If you feel this text height is like too small, then you may probably go ahead and then change the text height to a little better value. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is how you are going to proceed, and so that text has to be on a text layer. Okay. So as I said, like if you feel the text height is a little too small, dimension, text style, the one that we have, we chose 20 feet. If you feel 20 feet is too, 20 inches is too small, you can go to probably 30 inches, just so that to make it a little visible. Okay. Hi. Okay. So now we change it. Set it current. Okay, so you go ahead and then change the values and see. This one is the W, that's easy, right at the middle of it, W12 by 30. So again, DT, middle center, then this is our middle. So angle, no, there is no rotation here. So W12 by 30. Okay. I know the single line text is not really as flexible as the multi-line text option that you get in AutoCAD, but it's just worth learning it. So change the layer. That's it. Okay, I think the 30 inch text height is better than the other one. Okay, so that's perfect. All right, so this is the first one. Then, of course, you are expected to complete the rest. So use the 30 feet, 30-inch text height probably would be nice. Make all the style, and you may use 30-inch text height. Okay. Okay, and then make sure you use ASC 131 text style. Then the next is just you will learn how to make a table. Okay, so then you go ahead and then create a table. In this particular case, it's you're expected to create a door schedule. So zoom in as much as you can, because we are going to create a table. So the first corner is here. So probably how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4 columns with, this will guide you through it. So that much should be fine. Then let's see, if you make it a little bigger, that is a good size, I guess. We're going to use about the same text height and the same text style. Probably make it a little bigger so that you can somehow be able to see it compared to the thing. So we'll be using a layer for the table. It's layer. Okay. And then we're going to write the text. So the text has to be double click inside in it. We're going to use the ASC 131, and we can use 30-inch text height and 30-inch text height, and then the text is door schedule. Okay, then that's it. Okay, see, then that's your door schedule. Then you may say, like, where am I going to get those information to fill up? Just Google. You know, those are like in your house or in your apartment. You may have different kind of door styles. You know, some kind of sliding doors, French doors, cafe doors. They call them, like those both directional opening kind of doors, right? So therefore, just Google and then, you know, just have something like that. So then symbol size, quant, and type. So symbol, right? And then of course, where's my symbol? It's there, but the text has to be 30. Yeah, the single line text is always troubling. Now I would use this one. What's text type of 30? Text type 30. And symbol. Okay. Yes, I want to make that change. You can go ahead and correct that. And second item is next to symbol is size. You know, so fill up those information. Just already set it as current. We don't know why it just keeps on changing. Anyway, you can also use, you know, by layer property, of course. Then size. Okay. But you would like to have the change there. Then, you know, the texts, of course, you can use the text layer, but the table was supposed to be on the table layer. Let's see if we can have it. Yeah, the text, you cannot separate the texts from the. So, but that's totally all right. Okay. Is by layer. Okay. Yeah, it just keeps on the layers. Anyway, you can keep the same layer at the way you see it here. So complete this work, and then the next one is, it says, like, just type the following. It says provide a 50 plus or minus band, blah blah blah. So here what you need to know is, like, how to write plus or minus in AutoCAD. So, you know, this one is just simply, you go ahead, make the text layer current. Here, you know, you can use the single line text, and then of course you can just simply specify middle point of the text. It doesn't matter, but style is used the ASC 131 style. Then we can start from here. Rotation, it's not specified. Then it says, like, provide, I don't know where, it's up to you where to write it. It doesn't matter for me where to write those things. Provide a 50 plus or minus band, a 50 plus or minus. You know how to write plus or minus? What you have to do is press the shift and press number 5 twice, and then P, letter P. Look how it goes. And then P, you see? plus or minus 0.5, then blah blah blah, then finish the rest. Okay, this is just how to write a single line text, and bend at blah blah. Okay, bend at. Okay, so finish that. Then next one, it says like start a new line, make Roman an active font with a height of 20, use a width of factor 1.25, use the center option to type the following. So it says, attention all CAD students, due to inclement weather, the school is closed today. So here we need to create or have a new text style. Okay, it says, you can use that, or you can use just simply the standard one because it doesn't ask you to create a new one. It says on new line, make Roman the active font in height of 20. Okay, so you choose Roman, then go to the whole way to R. So that's the Roman. It says width factor of 0.25. Height, you may probably use, it says to use 20. That's fine, and then apply. Angle of rotation is the same. Then we're going to make it current, and then close, and then you can use the single line text, that's fine too. Then rotation 0, then you type attention CAD students, due to inclement weather, right? That's how it's written. Due to inclement weather, the school is closed today. Alright, something like that. Because we use single line, then if you press enter twice, then automatically it takes you out. Then the following says like start a new line and make city blueprint the active font and a height of 20 inches, use a rotation of 35 degree, and write the following. So now city blueprint, that's what the one that you will be using. Okay, so city blueprint, you will still change the text style. I'm going to change the standard city blueprint. Okay, I'm going to use the same 20 inches height and factor width, because it doesn't say any factor width. We are going to keep it to 0, but the angle is inclined by so it says use a rotation of 35 degrees rotation, not the text angle. I'm not going to change the text angle. So this just remains there. And we're going to say apply and then make it current. Then what does it say? The text says 5/8 13.5 exposed Golan Ridge beam. So you start the oh, the standard has changed more thing. Oh, the standard has changed our text here, so probably let's get it back to where it was. It was Roman, right? So probably we are going to create a new kind of text style. There's one, we call it titles, and then I'll be using that. City. So I'm going to choose my text. I mean, the work isn't really that hard, but it's just a matter of changing things. And the heights, we're going to use 20 inches. Then we're going to make it current. So apply and current. Then you can use single text style. We're going to keep it the way it is. No way it went over there. DT. Rotation at 35 degrees. And then 5. So it's 5 1/8 inch by 13.5. Don't worry about like the text or something. I mean what I'm writing, it's just like follow the thing. I mean, instead of me trying to come back and forth, that's why I'm just simply trying to write whatever I see. Glue language beam, whatever. Okay, there I have the text. Okay, so this is like with the different kind of, and it says like start a new line and make Romance active font with an oblique angle of 10 degrees and a height of 10 inches. 10 inches can be really small, but I will keep it 20. Now it's Romance, not Romant. And then you will be expected to write that one. So probably I don't want to change the one that I have. Then I may create a new one, something. I'm going to call it just ESC 131 Roman. And the text style, you have been told to use text style of Romance active font with a 10 degrees. Okay. Not Romance, right. Romance. So go to the Romance list. And then 10 degrees. Height, I'll keep it that way. 10 degrees, the text has to be 10 degrees. Then I'm going to make this current. Now I'm going to apply and then close. And then write the given thing that it says like use 8 by 16 grade A, blah 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 blah. Okay, so 8 by 8. So use a single line. I don't mind, you can use a single line for this as well. So DT starts the single line. I'm going to start it here, doesn't matter. Rotation has to be 0. I'm not rotating it now. But you see the text has rotated by 10 degrees or obliqued by 10 degrees. Then write the following. It says 8 by 8 by 16 grade A. Use 8 by 8 by 16 grade A, and so on and so forth. Okay, then the rest just finish it. So this is just the overall idea, is like how to use single line text like as the way you want to use it, like in different ways. Okay. Then the following says like, now create a style, two styles using Romance as font with a height of 20. We already created, we may probably use that same thing. Use a width factor of 1. So it's pretty much the same thing that we created in step 9. Then create a second one style with titles using Romance and a height of 30 with a width factor of 1.5. Okay. So we'll be using titles. So we already created the one that says titles, and this one should have a Romance, style of Romance. Scroll down, you choose one that is Romance, okay, and a width factor of 1.5. Isn't that what it says? And then the height is 30 inches. And then apply, and you know, you can make this guy current, or if you want not current, it's up to you. Okay, but we will definitely be using it in the following. Then it says, once you create that with factor of 1.5, align each style a layer. You can assign different layers later if you want to. Then it says like, use MTEXT to create the following text. The first one, it says like insulation notes. So I'll be using the title for insulation, and the other ones just simply regular text. So what I'm going to use now is not DTEXT, I'm going to use MTEXT. So I'm going to type MT, then AutoCAD is asking me just to specify my corner. From here, approximately, I'm going to write my notes within this. Then I'll be selecting from here. You see that what makes the this one really fantastic, the multi-line text. It gives you like an option to make edits like where you are writing. So I'm going to choose titles here. Now you see, it shows me what height I'm going to use, and then if I'm using a particular layer, it will allow me to use a particular layer. So I'm going to go ahead and then write insulation notes. Okay, right. Then if you click outside to exit the multi-line text, you cannot press enter twice. You have to just physically leave the text. That means click outside of it. Then right below it says insulate all the exterior walls with 5.5 high density fiberglass, blah blah blah. Now I'm not gonna finish the text. Text is like you're expected to finish them. Okay, so that part I will be using just the Romance note, the one that I already created. So I'm going to go ahead, but this time I'm going to use multi-line text. So I will type just MT, press enter, and I'm going to start my notes right below this, and then the note, I'm going to end it up to this corner. If I do that, what will happen is like AutoCAD, when it reaches around here, then it's going to start to the second line. So it says insulate all exterior walls, insulate all the exterior walls with a 5.5 inches thick fiberglass insulation. Yeah, that makes it nice. Like, you know, multi-line text, it just starts from here and then it goes up to here, and then it gets back to to a new line and so on and so forth. Okay, so if you want, you can assign different layers for each of those ones. You can create like multiple layers as you are instructed. This is just a matter of just showing you how you can deal with those kind of things. Okay, then there's another one you're asked to write. It says like calking notes. It's the same thing. It doesn't specifically say what kind of instruction or what kind of text style you're expected to use, but I'm going to keep it the same as the previous one, from here to here. Then I will be using the title here, and then it's going to be, this one is calking, right? Calking notes. Okay. And then for the texting part, calking, calk the following openings with expanded form, blah blah blah. Okay. Then you start, like, you know, if you want to make edits, what you can do is you can double click inside this, and then, you know, you can make changes to anything that you want. Okay. Then again, multi-line text. This time I'm going to start right below here to here, and for that I will be using the Romans again, like then calk, what does it say, the wall, or calk the following openings with expanded, the following openings with expanding, yeah, then finish the text from there. Okay, so that's how pretty much you will do all the texting. This is like a one-stop what do you call, a one-stop lecture for your text knowledge. So if you know all those texts, how to change them, how to edit them, and so on and so forth, and that's it. That's what you just normally need to know in AutoCAD text. The step 11, 12, and 13, you will be doing pretty much the same kind of, 11 and 12, pretty much the same thing, but this time I'm just giving you the liberty to come up with your own style. Okay, so thank you for listening. That's it for today.